Good morning, and a beautiful morning it is. And today we're going to be working on the budget man cave. This can be part 2. I'll try to link above part 1 where we go through, clean it out, get everything ready, and kind of go over the plans. So today I'm going to start installing some of the heat. We have a camp stove we're going to install. So we're going to start by cutting the top part off and then drilling out a hole in the bottom so we still have a shelf there. I'm going to cut a 3.5-inch hole. So I used some string to find the center of the pipe. I drilled a hole from the bottom so I know where it is. Well, it cut about 1.5 inches. I just killed 2 batteries. But I guess now I know exactly where the hole's going to be. Just got this from Amazon. It's a 4-inch hole saw. It didn't come with this attachment. This is from a different set. I put a 11mm on it. And I'm going to use my Milwaukee Impact. Definitely a lot better battery. Let's see, I don't even know where it's at. I barely charge it. We're showing full bars. So let's start drilling this out. I'm going to put it in a different spot. I think I have it too close to the wall. I think that'll work out better. Definitely a lot more power. Let's try going up from the bottom. I think I broke off the middle teeth. Now hold it in. Too much power. You're unscrewing this. There you go. Well, we have a hole now. Well, I can't really get this off. It's like stripped on there, so it won't unthread. Maybe I'll hit it with the welder, make it permanent. I have to do at least one more cut. Yeah, that's some hard wood. So I'll show you how much I cut with the other one. Was down like about 3/4 of the way. So now we just need to work on centering it in the hole and then drilling a hole in the roof. Looks like it's just going to be shy of one of the trusses, so but should be plenty of room. And I'm definitely happy I went with a 4-inch hole. And by moving it over a little bit, I can still use my side tray here, and it's away from the wall. So even if I put something right here, plywood, some type of finish, it'll be pretty close. There'll still be room. And we have plenty of room in the back, and definitely enough room around the sides. And I might just use this for cooking, so I don't have to worry about propane and propane accessories. Confined space. Are you guys watching the new King of the Hill? Leave a comment below. So next, we're going to be removing the top shelf here. The whole shelf this time. I'm not going to cut it in half. And then I'm going to drill a hole in the roof, and then we can have our first fire. And we're dropping into the 50s now. I might also drill 2 screws on each side, just to make sure it doesn't move. Maybe I'll put 4 screws in, just to make sure. Alright, got the 4-inch hole saw all welded, so hopefully that should be good now. I can still unscrew it so I can replace the drill bit if I need to. Next, we need to remove this top shelf. Well, that was fun. Top shelf is off. I took it off in one piece. Next, we need to get a string and see where we need to drill a hole in the roof. Drilled a hole, and I left the drill bit in the hole so when I get up on the roof, I can see where I need to drill a hole down. Before I go up there, I'm going to cut the silicone. And I'm also going to bring up a drill bit so I can drill the holes so I can do everything at once while I'm on the roof. Easiest way to do it, put it on top of the pipe, push it down, and then you can see where it needs to be cut. So I'm going to cut it along this line here. So I took a razor blade, took my time, and made a very nice cut. I'm also going to try to wrap it in some heat wrap because I guess this is supposed to be double or triple wall, not a single wall. So I'm guessing my drill bit's probably somewhere in this pile of leaves and branches. Located the drill bit, so I know exactly where the hole needs to go. I drilled a 4-inch hole. I need to start drilling holes for the bolts to go through. Try to center the ring and then drill the holes. Once you get one in, you can basically hold it and then do one catty corner and just keep going around, placing the bolts in one at a time so all of them line up. And it looks like I'm going to have to get longer bolts. So when you get done drilling the holes, this is what it should look like. So you know that each hole lines up. It does come with the gasket to seal it off. I'm going to run some sealant across it, over the nuts and everything, to prevent it from leaking. So I need to run to the hardware store real fast. I put the heat wrap on the inside. I'm going to try to push the pipe through it. Surprisingly, that worked out pretty well. It slid right on. So just try to keep it centered on there, and it's just slide down into place. So I picked up the shingle. I slid a metal piece because there's 2 metal rings. So one metal ring goes on the inside. I'm going to put another metal ring that goes between the roof and the shingle, and then I'm going to place the gasket on top. So I had some sealant right there, and then I put a healthy amount going all the way around. So I have it placed on there. I use a 10mm ratchet to ratchet all the bolts down. Then I ran some extra sealant around the edges. So I'm not able to use a ring on the inside because I drilled out the holes the exact same size as the bolt, or a little tight. I had to basically thread it through the wood. So I don't have any type of movement, so I can't get the ring on. I'm just going to get some washers to secure it to the roof. So I didn't like how close it was to the roof wood, so I put a bunch of heat wrap on it. I don't have to worry about the wood getting hot and catching fire. So I also added some heat wrap on the bottom there. Probably push it up just a little bit more, so that should be plenty enough room. Then I have this guard, so protect me if I get too close to it, or if something else gets too close to it that's on the counter. Alright, got some washers, put the wing nuts on. Now I'm going to go up top, make sure it's nice and tight. I'm going to put some sealant on the bolt, and then I'm going to need to cover it up because we're supposed to get a rainstorm tomorrow, and I wanted to give it time to dry, and then we'll be able to do our first burn. There we go, boys and girls. Should have no leak issues. So I'm going to leave it like this. I'm going to put a tarp over it, give it at least 24 hours to dry, put some wood up there, and the ladder to hold it down. So if it gets windy, the tarp ain't going to move. 2 days later. When you take the tarp off, see how it looks. Hopefully it's dry. Finish installing the stack, and then we should be ready to have a fire. Well, it's still not dry. It should be clear. Dry to the touch. I think it should be fine. I'll look at it a little bit later on, and then make a decision if I want to cover it up again or not, because it's supposed to rain again tomorrow. So I have top of the stack on. I did attach the ropes, which I don't think it's necessary. I am going to get another pipe because right now it's roughly about a foot above the crest of the roof, which is probably fine, but I think a little bit higher will give me better peace of mind. But let's start a small fire, see how it looks. I have the heat shield on. Alright, try to put in some paper and stuff. Try to get some smoke coming out of it. You can see the heat rating off of it. Maybe not with the camera, but it's definitely getting hot up there. There you go. You guys gotta be able to see that smoke. I got some wood in there. Try and get this thing nice and hot so it can burn all the heat wrap. Make sure you get all the toxic fumes out of here. I do have the door open, and then I can check everything, make sure everything is good, and we're fire safe. And of course, make sure you have a fire extinguisher. As long as it has a good, healthy fire going, it's not that smoky. So it looks like it's drying up pretty nice now. Just got done burning the fire. Pipe up here is like not even really hot. And stay tuned, I'm gonna be making some cottage cheese, eggs, muffin things. And hopefully have some toppings. I would like to personally thank all my new subscribers, and if you haven't done so already, please like and subscribe. Until the next video, thanks for watching. Bye.